hello. Please subscribe. That would be really, really nice. What we're going to go back to is talking about having little money, yet you've all seen that I've had a lot of too good to go bags. Some of them with not very much in. Now, if you take it that I have around £20, I try to use less, and mostly I've managed that because of a couple of factors which all come into play to help that £20 go a bit further. One is that I have a food bank that I can go to. Although we are stuck normally down to beans, spaghetti, tin tomato, I still get milk, and I've had two 2 litre bottles of milk. So I don't need to buy milk, which I don't buy a lot of anyway. When it comes to like other things, I've had tins of tuna and tins of soup, the occasional tin of some type of meat, but it's only a small tin, so it wouldn't really suit more than one or a very small portion for two. So that works out because meat, yeah. So I could make, like a tin of meatballs go 2 days if I'm making just a spaghetti, and just put the meatballs in, or even half them and put them in, so it looks like there's more of them. But as you said, we've done a number of too good to go bags, and just to emphasize that, I have not even gone over £10 on them bags during any 1 week. The most I've had is 3 bags in 1 week, and that was the very first week. That is made up of the herring one, the fish and chip one, and the Morrison's cake one, which I was hoping to get sandwiches, or at least something a little more filling than cakes. So those 3 were one for 1 week, so that did come to almost half my budget. And for you to understand that the fish and chip one, actually that lasted and did 2 people on the first day, and then I had the kebab meat left, and that I halved because I had got another bag, and I had a sandwich in the other one because it was one of the Dixon's ones. Was it the Dixon's one? It was either Dixon's or the Copeland one. And I had one of those sandwiches because I think it was a tuna one, so I had to have that. So I had half of the kebab meat, and I had some pita breads in the fridge that I got in the freezer that I got at reduced price. I think they were like 25 pence when I got them for about 6. So I got them, and I made 2 on the Saturday and 2 on the Sunday, and so I technically got 3 meals out of the kebab meat by just adding the pita bread, which I got cheap anyway, and then backed it up with the thingy. So I didn't technically go over the budget by very much, but I had a more filling meal, and something that there is a difference between the kebab meat in a takeaway and one you buy in a bag from maybe Heron or any of the other supermarkets, which some of them just don't taste right at all. So I'd much prefer to have a one-off special of the kebab meat, or just pay the £3, which is just at budget, and go down towards the end and get that amazing kebab, which is still £3, and that is very filling, which means I am full after having it. And if I can just push that, I may just have one of my pea protein shakes with 1 scoop in, which comes to about, if you're getting the kilogram bag, it's about 40 pence. If you get the 2.5 kilogram bag, it's like 30 odd pence. So if I have one of them every day, then it means I'm not as hungry, even though my stomach might say otherwise. I just sip on that when I feel like I'm going to be hungry. So therefore I push the time, and therefore the amount of time when I eat is pretty short. So as I said, in one of them I had a Costa bag which came with a sausage and muffin, which I just did that video. So there it is. This is what I'm having for breakfast. It's actually almost 10 o'clock. I don't like having a soon breakfast. Even if I'm hungry, I don't like having a soon breakfast because I just feel a bit sick if I eat too soon. It's just me. Don't eat too soon. So that would be one meal part, is just a sandwich. Then during the day I will have my protein shake, which I have a bit from yesterday still left, and I'll explain why. So make sure the lid's on it, give it a shake up. This one is a mix of two, and it just goes in water, so I don't have another expense of saying it has to go into milk, which means that it could go off if you leave it standing. It's in water. This doesn't go off in heat and that lot. So I still have this from yesterday. So I can have some of this with my sandwich for breakfast. But this one is, I think it's vanilla, and I have mango. I got a very cheap special deal on the mango one, which was like £3, but it's a smaller, like 250, 400 gram pack. So I got that, but I'm using very, very small amount. I'm probably using a quarter of what they say to put in to make the shake. But I'm bulking it out with a cheaper one, and even the one of any of the others, because I have chocolate, vanilla, banana, and strawberry. Nearly forgot the strawberry. So I have those, and what I can do is I can mix two of them together and just put half of the measuring spoon of stuff in, and then I have a mixed taste drink, which means that you're less likely to get bored with having the same one. So this, I spent a lot. I bought a 2.5 kilogram bag, which was like £20. So you're going to say, there you go, you've buggered your budget. But this £20 kilogram bag is going to last about 90 days if I use their measuring suggestions, because it's about 30 grams and there's 2,500 in the bag, so it's about 90 days. So that's 3 months, and when you take that back off, then it's not as much. But we still move on to watching what we get. If we can pick up something which is free or really reduced, like I got a cooked chicken, and since it was already cooked, didn't need to spend any money cooking it anymore. I cut it all off, the two breasts, the two wings, the two breasts, the two legs, and then all the rest of the meat I put in and made up a leek and chicken like the Gusto one, but actually it actually came to the same amount of meat that the Gusto one had in, of the meat pieces that I took off the chicken, as all of the bits that you wouldn't really get to that much. And I got the leeks at a really good price, which was one of my Asda late night shopping ones, which there is a video I think showing that, and I think it shows the chicken as well. So I still have the two breasts which are in the freezer, which I can get out. I have quite a bit of veg, fresh veg. So I've got some potatoes, I've got some carrots, I still have some leeks, I still have sprouts, because my sister got the sprouts in another one of our videos. You would see that there is a bag where she got too many sprouts and she doesn't like sprouts, so I ended up with sprouts. But all of this helps, a bag here, a bag there, something for 10p instead of paying £1 for it, all means that you are not spending as much. And instead of just going and picking up something really dead expensive, you pick up something which is really dead cheap. And so therefore we try to make the meals that way. So on certain days that I could be spending as little as having an egg, which I'd bought at a reduced price, and a tin of beans, a whole tin of beans and just the egg, and that might be it. But with my drink, I may not be that hungry. And then so other days I feel really starving, and I could probably eat for England, or man versus food type thing. and just depends on what the day is. It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm sitting around in the house doing bugger all or very little, then of course I'm going to start thinking I'm getting hungry even if I'm not hungry. If I'm out and walking around, then I am not as likely to, I might get hungry, but because there is no food instantly to hand that I'm prepared to pay for, I won't buy it, because I'm not going to go and pay £3 and £4 for a sandwich. I'm just going to say, well, I can't afford that. I'll just wait. And therefore, I wait, and then I might just have a drink, and then I'm not really that bothered then, and I'll just keep going. So I could go out in the morning, have just a small amount, and then come back, and then at 3 o'clock go, right, I'm now really hungry, I want something to eat now. So I've done the whole day, and now I'm at the end of the day. So cutting down how many meals you have, and that isn't good because I can't always get vitamins and stuff. So that's why the drinks are quite useful, because they have all the vitamins and stuff in them. So that helps that I'm not depriving myself of certain types of vitamins, because I really can't afford fruit unless somebody gives it to us. So as it comes, I got one of the ones from Heron, a box. It had some fruit in it, so I've got a pear. I mean, I have a pear, not a pear, yeah. And she also had some apples. So I have limited access to fruit that I can't just go out and just buy and spend over £1 on whatever it is and say, oh yeah. No. So if I can find it, I found a bag of lemons on the road, well, on the path next to the road. So I picked them up, because although they're touching the road, what you use in a lemon is inside the lemon, so therefore it can't be arsed around with by being in the road in its bag. So, but that's what you have to do. You budget as much as you can. You have, if you can, the small little luxury every now and then, and that's what most of these bags are. The bag where I got sausage in, really nice sausage, doesn't have much fat in it. I'd rather have something and say, well, okay, I've paid probably 75p for this, but it's a hell of a lot nicer than whatever rubbish I could get, which is now, cheaper sausage is somewhere like 135, 150, and it's not all that nice. Or the big Tesco 20 bags that after a while, if you leave them in the freezer, they don't taste very nice. So they quickly deteriorate to not very nice. But with that, none of my budgets go over the 20 when I'm buying any of the Too Good To Go bags. If they go like the first week, yeah, I went a little overboard. But the thing comes is that every time I use a place on the Too Good To Go app, I judge whether I'm going to buy from them again. And if I judge that what I got wasn't enough, or I didn't like it, like a one where my sister decided that we would get one from an alternative food place, and we got 2 packets of meat-free bacon, and I don't know if I've put in the video up for that, I might have, and it's disgusting. And then 3 bars of chocolate. So technically, the 3 bars of chocolate were the money, because none of us like the meat. So from there, it isn't worth getting anything else, because if we get any other meat-free items, which is highly likely, then we're not going to like them. So that one we don't go to anymore. This one is a Costa, which is right there. I didn't have to drive to get to it, so I saved money not driving, because I was already at the place, and it came up like that, and I'm going, oh, haven't had one of these, get one, okay. And my sister decided to get one. Yeah, so if we have things in hers that she doesn't like, then I can swap the things in mine. that because I might like what she has better than what I like what I've currently got, so we can swap stuff over, which is always helpful. Swapping for what you don't like to what you do like helps. So this might be brabbling on a bit, but it's all with don't go overboard. It's if you're going to get a food one like Heron, like a supermarket type one, a corner shop, something that's going to give you a mix of maybe food, mix of fresh meats and fruits and stuff like that. You might only need one of those a week because you've got other things the other days. So just going out and getting several bags and then ending up with 20,000 bread buns or 5 loaves of bread, that ain't going to help you because now you've got nothing to put in that bread, and therefore, what purpose are you going to have with it? You could put it in soup and bulk out the soup and make so it's a little more filling, but you're going to get fed up with bread and it's probably going to go off before you're going to finish it. So you might just say, I will get one supermarket type thing if it has a good stuff in it. If it doesn't come with any breads or things like that, then you could then turn around if what you get is something that will last and is going to last days, and it's more like it's a cake type thing, and I want more like a food type thing, well then get another one, but then you're only spending £6, but you've got more than one day's worth of food if you're getting a box of stuff. If you're only getting 4 items, then you might be able to make that stretch 2 days for one person having 2 of the items. You just have to work out which comes best. I work out that a little luxury I have to have because I have bugger all else. I don't smoke, I don't drink, not very much. I can measure it in bottles, not gallons. So I don't drink that much, so that's non-existent. So I don't spend money on that, and if I don't have the money, then I don't have to spend. I'm not forced to because I don't have the addiction to. That's complicated as well, yeah. But budget is important, and although you might only get paid once a month, you divide and give all the money to the bills first. Then you take what's left and say, well, that's my £20 this week, that's my £20 for next week, that's the £20, and you keep them separate. And then every Sunday night or first thing Monday morning, the day you want to have as your beginning of a week, you take the next 20 and put it into your wallet or your purse, and you say, well, whatever's already in there, you could do one of two things. You could leave it in and have a little more for that week, or you could take it out and put it to one side and go, I'll keep that for an emergency. So I've managed to do that on a couple of weeks, which is quite surprising since I've only had 20 quid, but I've used more of the other items I had, and so therefore I've been able to do that. So you don't want to keep putting money in and ending up with a whole pile of money, because then you'll think, oh well, I've got piles of stuff, and you'll go and buy a whole pile of junk which won't help you, and then all of a sudden something will come up and you'll go, I should have kept that money. But most people don't. They just go and spend it. So mine would be, see how much there is. If it's too much, I either won't take the 20 for the following week and just say, I'll try running on this, and if I don't make it to the end of the week, then I'll take the 20. But if I do, then the 20 will just go to one side and I'll keep it for an emergency. So you try to stay within the boundary, but you give yourself a little leeway with maybe the loose change, or you don't. Keep it in place, take it away, give yourself a certain amount. That's what we got for this week. Let's keep to budget, and then you will keep to budget. More money you have, the more likely you are to see something and just pick it up and buy it. So, long-winded, but I just wanted to explain that any of the two good to go bags, I am not buying piles of them. They're not all being bought one after the other, although maybe as I put them up it might seem that way. They are spread out, and most of them are actually spread out during the whole of March. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video, and hopefully help you save some money. So bye for now.